Hi, it's me, JC. Welcome back to another Ceramic Hour live stream. So normally I finish like multiples that we work on in the stream, like in my free time, but I was kind of like working on getting stuff to the kiln. So we're still going to be trimming these like cat dishes. We have 4. What is this one like? I think this one's like just about done. We can, actually, I don't know. Let's make some progress on the other ones maybe. Let me get my banding wheel. And some trimming tools. Let me see. Okay. Get my little clay bucket. I have this cute little clay bucket. It's like a little pail. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. It's like running out of room over here. I think I'll just like try to smush some clay in there and hope for the best. Whenever I add clay to places, it does not work out very well. It always seems to like crack. So I'm just going to like score this. Where's this clay? Like a chunk sitting over here. I really don't need like that much. Oh, kind of supposed to put some water down here too. Okay, hopefully this is going to be fine. But it always turns out like not that great when I have to like add clay. So let's just hope for the best over here, and I'm just going to like leave that and we can like work on the front here. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I forgot to say that I was not going to stream on Friday. I mean, I said it in the video, but like I forgot to like put it on the channel. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for anyone that tuned in on Friday and I forgot to put like a banner up. I wish they made it a lot easier to be able to like schedule in like days where you either like move your stream to a different time that day, or you have to like cancel it for that day or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that that shouldn't be like that hard to do. I don't know. I feel like they make it like hard to like do that. Like update it. Like they have a vacation mode, but that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna like, I don't know. I tried to keep on top of that, but I like, I don't know. I always forget. Okay. So yeah, I had Friday off so that I could have so I would work Memorial Day. Because, just because like my team is like in customer service, and, just in case like something came up, they wanted to have someone like online. So that's why I'm working today. But yeah, I spent like a lot of the weekend rushing to get the pieces glazed. So what was it? I think it was like Thursday night. I finished glazing like all of the stuff that I had, and then on Friday at 2 p.m. I was able to pick up the load from the bisque firing, and then I had 3 pieces there that I am firing for my mom. I'm like making her some stuff for a late Mother's Day gift. And so I had the whole like batch ready except for like the 3 things I needed to wait for to get back from the kiln. So I was like rushing to get those done. One of them is a picture. Like she told me what glazes she wanted on there. So that was really simple to do, but then I was like, oh, I don't know. She seems to really like the little cowboy boots that I've been making, those little cowboy trinket dishes. So I was like, I think I should make one for her. Like, I could give her one that I have, like, done, but I don't really feel like, the ones that I've made are kind of, like, match my mom's, like, style. Because the ones that are in the shop right now are, like, they're very, like, modern. They're, like, it's kind of like that, I don't know, like, what you would, like, call it. I don't know. I mean, it's, like, kind of trending. But, like, I don't know, like, very girly, like, cowboy stuff. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of, like, art, like, on Etsy or whatever, or, like, on Instagram and stuff of, like, pink cowboy boots. Like, they might be, like, hot pink, or, like, a pink cow print. Just, like, you know, you take, like, that, like, traditional, like, rustic idea of, like, I don't know, like, cowboy stuff, which is, like, I don't know, I think a lot of, like, if you just, like, looked at that in, like, most art, it's probably, like, browns, beige, maybe, like, I don't know, not very, like, colorful, like, just, like, rustic stuff. It's just like very brown and whatever, but this kind of style is like, it's very girly, lots of bright colors, probably hot pink, very colorful. I think I said that. I don't know. Which is like, that's how I would describe the cowboy boots that are in my shop. One of them is like, one of them has like the pink cow print. The other one has like, it's like pink. It's like a boot that's like pink and white and has like these small like lighter pink stars and like yellow like really big like burst stars on it, and it's very like girly, and my mom's not girly at all, so I just felt like I needed to make one like specifically for her if I was gonna give her one. So I just made her like a traditional cowboy boot, so like dark brown, and then I did like have like a traditional like design on it with like where it would be like sewn. I did like some lighter brown lines. I don't have a picture of it like on my Instagram quite yet, but I think that's the one that I'm gonna post tomorrow or pretty soon here. And then I did post, so these pictures are just like a bit underglazed, because I went on Sunday and I brought stuff to be glaze fired. So I need to wait for that stuff to come back. Usually takes like a week, like a full week to get that stuff back. And hopefully I'll get it back before my mom leaves. Anyway, the other one is it's a toast dish that I like underglazed it to look like cinnamon raisin toast. I think it turned out really cute. I mean, I don't actually know like how it's gonna look once it's fired, but I'm really happy with how it looks so far. And I really hope that the colors look accurate. Kind of just guessed on how to do the colors. There's like a little pat of butter on it, and it has like that swirl that cinnamon toast usually has, and then chunks of raisins in it. And then I tried to do it like what it would look like toasted, so I also added in some like extra like details and stuff to try to make it look like it had you know, like that kind of toasted color to it, like especially along like the corners of the toast, and that hopefully it looks good. I kind of just like tried to sponge it on in a way that kind of looked like toasting, really just hoping for the best here. And yeah, I posted a picture of that one. I think I posted that yesterday on my Instagram. If you're watching on Twitch, you can get a link to my Instagram in like my profile. It's just calieandco. And then for anybody that will be watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description, or in my profile too, if you go there, I guess. Yeah. So I've really been like racing to like get this stuff into the kiln so that I can get fired and all that before my mom gets or like before my mom leaves, really. Yeah, so I think I'll set it on I think I'll set the Twitch on vacation mode. But my mom is visiting. She's gonna be here this Friday, so May 31st. And then gonna be here till like Tuesday. But I don't think I'm going to stream the other days of the week. I took those off. I think Jason and I might be like, I don't know, doing stuff. I think we might like go out shopping or something. Or like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we might not just be here. So I think I'll probably have to cancel the stream for the really just like all of next week. So I think I can just like set on vacation mode since like I'm actually taking multiple days off stream. The tricky part is just like when you have like one off day that wasn't really planned. And yeah, I mean, I think like, I don't know. Normally when we do things like this, so like we cut out 3 slabs for like the cat dishes. Normally I would like work on one in the stream and then finish trimming them and whatever. I usually do that off the stream. But I've just been like focusing on like all this other stuff off the stream. So I think I think I can get this stuff done probably off the stream soon, and then maybe we'll start something new. Maybe, I don't know, does that make any sense? Or should we just work on the cats? Because, I don't know, I'm basically going to like leave the stream on like, I won't be here on Friday doing it. I don't know. It's kind of like a couple days. I don't know if we can work on the cats a couple days. They're like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that might like bore you guys though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can like do like the little air plant holder things. I have been like mentioning that I wanted to do those, and those ones are pretty like they're pretty easy to do. They wouldn't take up too much time, so maybe we'll do that. I don't know, tomorrow or something. And I have so many things. I have so many things that I have on my to-do list, but the shop update is coming. Earlier I said that we're gonna do like back-to-back shop updates, but then I was like, I don't know. Is there a point to doing that? So we have let me see. I don't know. There's like a bunch of stuff. I know I have some of the listings made, but I need to do like the rest of them. For the shop update. Let me see. And then and then whatever, I think it depends on timing, but I don't know if I want to like combine like the next firing, like the things I'm going to get out of the firing in like just about a week. Might just combine those maybe. Maybe. Okay, so maybe we'll combine the next glaze unloading with the items that are just about ready to be like uploaded. I don't really have like that much in the kiln right now. We have, well, like the 3 things that are my mom's. We have the 3 turtles. So that would just be like one listing for the turtles, really. And then we have 2 bunny faces, 2 bunny, like full body bunnies. What was it? The rest were just like trinket dishes, really. Like, oh yeah, watermelon dish, and then 2 pancake dishes. One has blueberries on it, and I think that might be all of them. So like, there's not that much. So I think maybe we'll just do like one big shop update. I think. I would just like hate. I don't know. I think like the back-to-back shop update was a bad idea. Like it was stupid. Because like, I don't know, if somebody like, shop updates don't normally happen very frequently. So if somebody like posted like that they had a shop update, I would probably go look at it. And then like if they said they had another update in like 1 or 2 weeks later, I mean, I would maybe look at it, but if I already bought something on the first one, I'd be like, man, I want to pay shipping again. I don't know. I would be like mildly upset, maybe. Maybe like a little bit upset. So I think we'll just like combine these 2 together. So I'm working on like making those listings and stuff, getting those ready. All the photos are edited. And then what else? I'm trying to work on kind of like planning out a like a vendor booth. On Friday, I just submitted my application for our Saturday market, which is, it's just like a just like a handmade market that happens Saturdays and Sundays here. So I'm kind of like, I mean, I've done markets before, but as you guys may or may not know, I more recently kind of just focused, like just started focusing on doing like ceramics only. So like I need to like kind of rethink the setup for my booth, like how things are going to be like displayed and all of that, to like best show off like my ceramic pieces, because like before, like some of them were like prints, and like you probably could be more different like in how you're displaying, like going from like 2D prints to like 3D pieces. So I just like need different things to like hold the pieces up. I think like I mean, you don't necessarily like need anything specific, but I do think it is really nice when it's just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like professionalism maybe, and like you know, just kind of like the overall look. And it is so much easier to like see pieces like the closer they are to like your face. So like what they're sitting on the table, to kind of like give you some layers. I think it adds like a lot of like visual interest to the table too, than if you just like tablecloth down, pieces down, they're just sitting there, you know? Like there's definitely something a bit like more special about like having like a tiered and just kind of like varied heights of things. Like really small things, you would want to kind of lift those up, and then taller things can just sit on the table by themselves maybe. You know, I just think it looks like a lot nicer, and I don't know, I think like maybe if you're like further away looking at the table, I think you would maybe be able to like see more of the stuff. Whereas like if everything was just like, you only had like, I don't know, like trinket dishes and they're all just laying flat down on the table, like if you're further away and you looked over, like you wouldn't be able to see like what is over there, you know? So you really want to make it easier to like see the pieces if somebody was not like standing right next to it. Because like, I don't know. Sometimes like me, like I do generally like to take my time when I'm looking at the booths and stuff, and I like to see what they have. Even if like maybe it might not quite be my thing. Cause like, I don't know, like you never know like what is going to be there. I mean, I think a lot of people are generally pretty, like pretty typical of like what they're gonna have. But like, I don't know, when I would do markets, when I used to sell like a variety of things, like people wouldn't even look. They wouldn't even stop and look. Like from that, all you can get is like the generalized like style. So like, okay, if you're like, my stuff is like very like colorful and like kind of like quirky. So like if you're like a goth, you know, like you only like black and white, like okay, sure. Like obviously you're probably not gonna like the stuff that I have, but like otherwise, like, I don't know. You might not even know. Like, I don't know. I was like, there's always people that like walked by that like looked like my demographic, and I'm just like, these people aren't even looking like at the stuff that I have here. So like, I don't know. I always try to like take a good look at like what someone has, because like I don't know, at least me, like I used to sell a variety of things, like so like if you didn't like stop and actually like take a look, like you probably wouldn't have seen like, you know, like, oh, like I have stickers too. They're small, you know, because they're stickers. But like those are here, but I also have like this stuff, and like I don't know, I used to have like all kinds of stuff. Whereas like, I don't know, like it's a lot easier to just kind of like take a glance, because most people don't really have a variety. Most people are just like one thing only. Like like things that I don't really care too much for is like I'm really not the person that's gonna probably stop and look at like, I don't know, what would you call it? Traditional like fine jewelry, you know? Like I'm more interested in like maybe jewelry that is like polymer clay or something, something kind of different. But I'm not the person that's gonna look at just, I don't know. They say they're handmade, but I'm like, is this really handmade? Did you really make this? I'm a little skeptical. And a lot of the time there's nothing very different about what these pieces like look like. Like they don't look any different than what you would see at like, I don't know, like a jewelry store maybe. I mean, they look like not as good of a quality. I don't know. But there's certain things that I see at the market that I'm just like, nah, not gonna stop and look at that. Like I'm not really interested. But like they don't generally have like very many different things either, because they're usually going to be like lots of earrings, probably some necklaces, probably lots of rings, maybe some bracelets. But like outside of that, I would be surprised if they had much other than that. I am interested in ones that are like actual like interesting like gemstones and stuff, but you don't really see that very often. Unless it's like, I don't know. I don't like that kind of wire wrap jewelry either, where they have like this giant stone and then there's like wire wrapping around it. I don't really like that. It's not really my thing. It's kind of steampunk, and it's not my thing. Like I don't know, stuff like that. I don't know where I'm really going with this. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of like, I think I just like really want to like work on my display and make sure that like I think about it enough and kind of like get the right kind of things to show my work off, and that like you can see from like a distance what is there. Because you never know like who the right person is that's gonna like buy your work. Because there are a lot of people that like, I mean, like I said, like they look like my demographic, but they don't even like stop and look at it sometimes. So like sometimes it kind of like surprises me. But yeah, I have a lot that I want to do with that, and just kind of like figure out, I don't know, I kind of want like a sign, like a new like banner. I made a banner for the markets last summer that I did, but so I had this like pink fabric, and then I figured out how to like stencil out my logo on it, and I wanted that to be in white, but I don't know, like I think it like indoors it has like it has a good enough contrast between like the white text and the pink banner, but like when we're actually outdoors, it really, I don't know, it was like a lot harder to see, I think. Something like that. So I think I want to like rethink that, maybe make it bigger or something, or like I don't know, I don't really I need to figure out what I exactly want to do, but I'm kind of thinking like, I don't know, maybe even looking at like how much they are to just have one like made at some like company or whatever. I don't know how much those are. And I don't know, I got a bunch of stuff at IKEA though, for some like different like I don't know, what do you call it? Like layering or whatever, like to get like different heights to put my pieces on, like different things. I got some cool stuff there that I think will be really helpful. And then yeah, I don't know, I kind of want to do like a some kind of backdrop. I think it would be nice to have like, so I have like a tent, and then you can separately buy like, you know, like it's kind of like just like a piece of plastic or whatever. And you can like buy like walls to the tent and like put those up. So I'm kind of thinking about like how I want to go about that. I mean, I could make something if I really wanted to. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm really bad at visualizing things, and this is like that. It's exactly that. Trying to like visualize what is going to look good for the booth. And I really want it to be like branded, so like I don't think they have like pink panels, or like it's not really a panel, it's just like tarp like, it's like plasticky, that you put like, that you can like it kind of like attaches to like the tent feet or whatever, the legs, and creates like a good like separation between like your booth and next booth. Provides like additional shade, which is nice. But I'm not really sure like how I want to go about it, like if I want to just like make one myself or something. I do think that, I don't know, I'm not really sure. I kind of have like zero ideas of like how I want to do it. I don't know, like my main thought is like, oh, what if I had like a little pink, like what if it was like pink or something, and then like, am I going to put my logo on that, or just like have like a separate little like banner thing with my logo and stuff on it? I've seen like, I don't know, I kind of am leaning towards like having my logo there, but I have seen a lot of like pictures of like pictures of these on like Instagram and stuff where people it's like it's similar to like a little table runner, except it goes like the opposite way. I do not know how to explain this, but it's like a table runner, but except for going like the length of the table, it goes like the width of the table, and then kind of like hangs down over it, and then like where it hangs down like in front of the table, that's where you like put your logo and like, I don't know, maybe you put like your Instagram or something there or something. Or some people do both, like that kind of table runner thing, and then on the like some kind of like separate sign on the like back panel. I don't know. I kind of I don't know. I'm kind of like leaning towards like having it on the back, because like if you're standing at the table, you can't really see it if you're doing like that table runner thing. You can't really see it. Like if that's the only place where like you have your business name, like I don't know. I think it's like a lot simpler to like maybe have it up. So like when you look up for it, like it's right there. Also, if like, if you're like further away though, you would be able to see it. Whereas like if people were like standing in front of it, like you definitely won't be able to see it. I don't know. It's just like things to like consider. Maybe I'm thinking like way too much about this, but I don't know. If I'm gonna spend all this money on this, you know, I'm like, I need it to be like good, like a like conscious decision, and not just like buy things on a whim, you know, which is sometimes what I do. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, just kind of looking at like ideas and stuff of what other people have done at markets. It seems like a lot of people that do ceramics like have their own like special built like shelf things or whatever. I don't know, at least this one person I saw at the show like had like these like special shelves. No, I feel like it's a lot of people that do, because then you can like fit so many more pieces on it than like a table. I definitely don't like have that like that much. Whoops. Sorry, I just realized you can't really see. So I'm trying to figure that out. I need to, I really do need to like make more business cards. I opened up a tote that I have, and I actually found like a few more in there. I wonder if I have like another box or something sitting in there. Let me see. I think like, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised too much if I was completely out. It's been a few years since I ordered any. But I don't know. I think I ordered like a lot though, so I am a little surprised if I am actually out. But I really do need to like work on that also. Probably before I start doing markets. Or I don't know. I mean, I definitely like to give business cards for like when I sell things online on my shop. I don't know, maybe I should like not do a business card route. Because like I don't know, maybe it's just like kind of a waste. This one time I was doing like a market and this girl like grabs my business card and she's like talking to me and stuff. And then she like, I don't know how we got to talking about this, but then she told me how she likes to go to places and get people's business cards and then she like lights them on fire or something. Or like uses them as like a fire starter or something. And I was like, rude. I was like, can I have my business card back? Like, I didn't say that. But I'm just like, lady, I spend money on this. If you know you're just going to light this on fire, like, can you not? Like, why did you tell me this? And just like, what the heck? I don't know. So maybe I shouldn't even like have business cards for the market because what the heck? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's kind of I think it would be good for like definitely for my like online sales and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about the market thing. I kind of feel like it's like just a must have though at the same time. What else do I have to do? Yeah, I don't know like how much I'm going to like get to this stuff. I definitely need to clean my house before my mom comes. And the fact that I have all my ceramic stuff in my apartment, like I really need to like clean up. Oh yeah, I've been thinking like I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm going to do it or anything, but I do think it'd be kind of cute if I like designed my own like t-shirt and then like wore it to markets or something. Like something more fun than just like, oh, t-shirt, logo, done. Like I don't really like know what would be on it. I haven't thought about it at all. But like something like really fun. Like actual like design, I think. I don't know, maybe it like has like different like I don't know, like different kinds of like ceramics on it or something. That would be like kind of cool. Or like, I don't know, maybe like something like that, or maybe I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't thought about it like at all, really. I think that'd be like kind of cool though. Something I've been thinking about that for like a long time. Like what I should do. I have thought it would be kind of cute, like alternatively to do like a little like apron with like my logo or something on the apron. Maybe, because it's like, I don't know. It's very like artsy or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still like low-key thinking about I mentioned this earlier, so I'm sorry if like you just hear me re-say like a lot of things. But I don't know why. I get very like antisocial when I'm like browsing at markets, and I like low-key don't like it when people are like talking at me while I'm trying to like shop. It's very distracting. Like, I don't know. Maybe other people are just better at that. But like, I hate it when people are talking at me when I'm shopping. I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I didn't ask. Like, I really don't, like, I don't say that. But like, I really want to say that. Like, I don't know, I like to look at, like, really a lot of the things that are at the market, and that includes, like, ceramics, and I low-key, like, I hate it when people, like, talk at you, you know, like, when you're shopping, you're like, I didn't ask, I don't want to talk to you, I'm just looking, you know. And I think a lot of the time I'm like in a hurry too. So it's like, I don't have time to be like talking. Like I only have a certain amount of time to be here and then I have to go, you know? Like, I don't know. I kind of just feel like people should like, you know, see if somebody has a question, like, you know, if the customer like has a question, you know, they're probably gonna ask. I don't know. I think a lot of the time people are either like too salesy, or they're like really bored, maybe. I don't know. But I don't like it. I don't know. I get so antisocial when I'm like out. And I'm also like, I don't know what to say either. Cause like, I was looking at this guy's like stuff and whatever, and I'm like, I hate it. I hate like a lot of things. But it always seems like ceramic people always talk at you, and they'll say like, oh, feel free to pick up things if you want. Like, yes, I know. You don't have to tell me. I do ceramics like 99.99% of the time. They're gonna let you pick their stuff up, you know? Except for that like rare occasion, it's like some kind of like maybe intricate like fragile sculpture type of thing. Like if it's a sculpture, probably don't pick it up. But if it's a mug, yeah, you probably should pick it up to see if you like it, right? It just makes sense. And so I was like picking his stuff up and I was looking at it so he wouldn't tell me that I can pick it up. And then I'm like looking at some stuff and I was like, I don't know, maybe I should look at this. And then like half a second before I picked it up to look at it, I was like, maybe I shouldn't pick this up because he's going to talk at me about it. And nope, I picked it up, and sure enough, He's like, that's a French butter dish. And I'm like, I just like nodded. I'm like, yes, I know. I have seen these. I've seen you. I come to this market all the time. Like, I also do ceramics. Like, I don't know. I'm just so antisocial. But like, I don't like it when they just talk at you. Or like, oh my gosh, especially if they just go off about something. Like this one guy at that ceramic showcase that I went to, this guy just handed me his mug. And he's like, that's a nice handle, huh? And I was like, so awkward. I was like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't want to pick your stuff up. I'm not that interested. I'm just looking. You know, I'm just like, can you please just leave me alone? I'm just looking at the stuff. Like, if I wanted to pick it up, I would have done that. Right? Like, can you imagine if you're, like, at the store and some store person comes over to you, they see you're looking at something, and then they just pick it up and give it to you. Like, and they're like, wow, look at that. And you're like, yeah, so cool. Like, it's just weird, okay? Like, it's weird. I don't know. They're too... Some of the people I see are just too something, too bored, too salesy. I don't know, but it's too much. I'm just like, you guys calm down. We're in the age of self-checkout, you know, like there's a reason for that. I don't know, maybe this is like too rude. But I don't know why I get like really antisocial when I'm just trying to like look at stuff, like look at like art and stuff at markets. Like, I don't know. Unless it's like, unless you're like making a real conversation, you know, like an honest to goodness, real conversation. Otherwise, like, please don't talk to me. Like, if you're just gonna say something like, that's dishwasher safe. Like, I don't care. I know it's dishwasher safe. I didn't ask. Like, I don't actually say this to people, but, like, that's what I'm thinking. And then, like, what am I supposed to say to that? They just, like, come at you with things, and you're just like... Please go away. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I feel like I need like a shirt that says, I don't know, something like, I also do ceramics. Or like, I don't know. I don't know. It just needs like something that says like, please don't talk to me. Like, basically. But it's always the ceramic people. Always. Soap lady? No. Essential oil person? No. Like, handmade catnip toys? No. None of them talked at me. You know, like, it's always the ceramic people. So I feel like I need like some kind of like shirt about like ceramics to like tell them like, yes, I do know this is dishwasher safe. Yes, I do know this is a butter dish. Like, I've got it. Like, if I had questions, I will ask. Maybe that should be my t-shirt. If I have questions, I will ask. And then, like, thumbs up. Or I don't know. I just feel like I need something like that. Because, like, I'm just... I don't know. That's just how I am. And I feel like I feel like these people really need to, like, read the room. Because, like, you know what? Yeah, some 80-year-old lady that comes by probably, you know, doesn't have a whole lot going on. Sure, she's probably very interested to hear that it's dishwasher safe. You know? Like, some person that just wants to sit there and chat and, like, you know, talk to you about some whatever. Like, they probably do, but I'm like, I don't have all day here, you know? Mostly because my feet are killing me at the end of markets, and, like, I need to get through it as soon as I can, because, like, my feet are gonna be killing me. That's like the main part. That's like the biggest part, probably. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of, like, when I went to Best Buy. We went to Best Buy over the weekend, which was not, you know, not really something I wanted to do. Jason was like, I need to get this thing, and I was like, oh, great. And we went to Best Buy, and instead of, like, he found the thing, and he's looking, and I'm like, how long is this gonna be? And so I'm like, I'm gonna walk around, and probably my worst choice, because people at Best Buy are literally the people that, like, do these markets. Like, people at Best Buy, if you just, like, glance at anything, they run over to you and they're like, oh my God, you need help. And you're like, no. And they're like, are you sure? And you're like, yes. Like, can you please leave me alone? Like, I'm not even looking at anything. I'm just walking. And they're like, can I help you find something? And you're like, oh my God. Like, it doesn't even matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're looking at anything in particular, or if you are just walking around. They just run over to you. And then finally, when you get the one guy to leave you alone, another one runs over to you and is doing the same thing. You're like, oh my God, please leave me alone. Like, I am not even here because I want to be here. I'm here because my partner is looking at something and I am not. Like, like, oh, I don't know. There's something about it. But if you actually need help, they're never around. Have you ever noticed that? You actually need help from someone at, like, Best Buy or, like, whatever, and they're never there. There's not a one person that you can find. Jason said, you have to act like you're stealing something to get their attention. Like, so accurate. So accurate. I think there's, like, this, like, I don't know, like, it wasn't like a meme, it was something, and, like, I think Best Buy used to have this thing where, like, I don't think they still have it, I really don't go there very much, but I think they have this thing where, like, depending on, like, the shopping basket color that you have, tells them if you want somebody to come over to you and, like, help you shop. Like, yes, please. Can we have that, like, everywhere? Like, basket that says, yes, please talk to me. And then basket that also says, no, I don't need help. Like, please go away. I feel like I sound, like, really bad, but I don't know. There's something about it. I just kind of get, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to focus. Like, I'm very indecisive, and I'm not going to decide if I like this thing or not. If you're talking to me, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think like a lot of the time I'm not that interested in what's there. I'm just kind of looking. I don't know. Actually, let me squirt this down a little more. I don't know. There's just something about it. Okay. So it made some great progress on that. Let me actually water down this clay bit of stuff here. Okay. I don't know. I'm just not really... I would say small talk. I'm not a small talk person. I'm really bad at small talk. But small talk to a person you know that you're never going to see again, like, you know they don't care, right? I don't know. There's something about it. It's just something different. I don't know. I'm sorry if I sound like a really bad person. I don't know how we got here. I'm just talking about the market that I went to this weekend. But, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like, how do you feel like when somebody just starts talking at you while you're, like, trying to shop? You know, if it's, like, a market or, like, a big box store or whatever. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I mean, I don't know. I'm really antisocial while I'm shopping. And I mean, generally, I'm not, like, antisocial, but when I'm shopping, it's just, like, it's just a whole different story. I don't know. I can't explain it. Well, anyway, I have to go back to work. But thank you for anybody jumping in on our live stream today. Be sure to follow along so you know when I come on for streams. Again, the Friday stream... And then all of next week is going to be canceled. I'm going to put on like vacation mode so you guys know for sure. If I don't forget, I'm probably going to forget to do that. But yeah. All the videos are uploaded to YouTube at calieandco. There you can watch the other live stream videos that we have. Yeah, YouTube has a few other videos, like, other than the live stream, a few ceramic tutorials. We've got, some other just kind of like general artist videos or, topics for like handmade small businesses. You can go check those out if you want. Be sure to, subscribe there, give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Oh, wait. No. Not tomorrow. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow that I'm using my lunch break for. Okay, so I will see you on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. Bye.